At midnight tonight, Uganda shall become independent. We shall have a Uganda flag, a national anthem, and coat of arms. These will be our symbols, but independence does not begin and end with the selection and raising of a flag, the singing of a national anthem, and the display of a coat of arms. Our independence shall mean great responsibilities for all of us without exception. Collectively, we shall all be responsible to safeguard our independence and to ensure peace and stability within our country. In addition, the government in whose name I now speak offers to you a firm determination to protect your life and property and opportunities for your advancement. It is this ensuring of peace and stability and this determination for the protection of life and property, coupled with opportunities for advancement as individuals and as combinations and as a country, that I now call upon all to pass as an irrevocable resolution, marking our new status and guiding us into the future. Let us add that resolution that we are of Uganda and Uganda is ours. Let us remember and pay our tribute to those friends from inside and outside Uganda who have helped us on our way to independence. Let us remember the best we have received and now inherit from the British administrations.
I am sorry for how I feel about my country. I am sorry for my negativity. I am sorry if I upset any stars in the skies of our optimism. With unpleasant feelings, my poems emit from what my eyes see, what my nose whiffs, what my ears hear, what my feet feel, to skew into my skin the things my mouth speaks. For these unpleasant feelings are the many unsettled spirits in our midst, craving to state their case on why they, and therefore we, are not yet eternally at rest. So, before I am taxed for my apology, before you make me swear this land belongs to Queen Elizabeth, for God to save my forsaken country, I am sorry for my melancholy. Our country is a smoldering smokescreen of untold intentions, of edged visions shoved in children's eyes. Our standard of living is no standard for dignity. Corruption is a form of art. Murder, an act of reformation. Everywhere there is concealing of expressions with hidden meanings, of poisonous smiles, concealing poisonous fangs pasted on billboards every day, sold in headlines every day, sold in houses of prayer every day, sold in restaurants every day. We are the food prepared in this political polythene bag, served to feed the democracy cancer for God's chosen ones and God's forsaken ones. We are all feeding from the same pot. Of the sacred ballot box, we line up behind to vote. Our favored form of suicidal survivor. But before I am taxed for my apology, before you make me swear, this land belongs to Queen Elizabeth, for God to save my forsaken country, I am sorry for my pessimism. Because babies born on city streets are sold to city streets. Babies burnt on city streets run our city mortuaries. Their skulls and little arms make firm foundation for our spiritual economic growth. Some are lucky. They wake up in their mother's arms. Some are woken to life by lullabies of mother houseflies. Some wake up to find their mothers dead, and their fathers have fled the hospital bills. My country is in fits and convulsions, drumming auto-tunes, driving a young generation to its final destination. I don't like this movie. I don't like this theory of evolution. Where, after them thanking us for our compliance, they tax us more to feed themselves some more. But before I am taxed for my apology, before you make me swear that this land belongs to Queen Elizabeth, for God to save my forsaken country, I am sorry for my sarcasm. With me is a young history of original metaphors, ready to smile at any camera of words, preaching hope. For happy are they who are happy to be denied bail to mourn offenses they did not commit. The kingdom of the bus belongs to them. Happy are they who are happy to look this way and that way and the other way and remain the same way, no matter what happens in this new constitutional behavior. The kingdom of the bus belongs to them. And happy are they who think they are free, who know they are not free, but pretend to be free. And therefore, they think they are safe for as long as there is peace. The kingdom of the bus belongs to them. I wish them all the best of burials. But before I am taxed for my apology, before you make me swear this land belongs to Queen Elizabeth, for God to save my forsaken country, I am sorry for being angry. For how else would I want what I want? How else would I want what I want for my country? When sharing citadels with Marabu stocks, our thoughts wait outside that parliament to participate in democracy by ticking a few boxes to awaken some visions. Visions sleepwalking on streets. Visions heaving on rubbish heaps. Visions craving not to be undreamt again. by Squiller's amendments. But before I am taxed for my apology, before you make me swear, this land belongs to Queen Elizabeth. For God to save my forsaken country, I am sorry. For my misery, because I hate this English language too. This bitter carcass of sounds gutted in my vocal cords, piercing my cultural growth, injecting me with imported misunderstandings of me. Now, my tongue is air. My neck has shortened its view. With our mother tongues now only project managed for early childhood development, our languages have become permanently kiddish. But look how I fluently speak this language of the English, feeding my negativity. Into my relations with my relatives, relative to the hybrid I have become. I see the good in us. But this good is a good for chosen ones, selected by a selection of actions and inactions of a generation whose parents read on pains of war, but chose to spoon-feed their children with long lines of lies. And now, we know nothing else. So, whether the sun sets east or west, my home is a west. Diseased with corruption. But before I am taxed for my apology, before you make me swear that this land belongs to Queen Elizabeth, for God to save our forsaken country, I am sorry. But this is how I feel.
1969, the first president of Uganda, Edward Mutesa, died in exile in London. He'd been forced to flee his homeland by Milton Obote and died in a small flat in Bermondsey. His friends still dispute the reasons for his death.
Sir Edward Mutesa had been ruler of Buganda, the largest of the kingdoms which made up Uganda, and he was Milton Obote's choice for president of the newly independent country. Dubbed King Freddie by the press, the Kabaka had been educated at Cambridge University and had been an officer in the British Grenadier Guards before taking on his duties in Uganda. But in 1966, Prime Minister Obote promoted himself to the presidency and moved to abolish the old kingdoms. He ordered an attack on the Kabaka's palace, led by a new army commander, Idi Amin.
The fires have died down now on the hill over there where the palace buildings stand, and the shooting seems to have stopped. Unless you actually try to get up to the palace, and then you'll find roadblocks of overturned lorries and trees, and above the thunder you can quite often hear the occasional shot. There is still very much a feeling of tension and unrest here, and it remains to be seen whether the news of the eventual fate of the Kabaka is going to fan the flames once again.
The Kabaka escaped over the palace wall and began his journey into exile.
Well, it was a fight, and we had to fight our way out. But you please forgive me if I don't make too long a statement tonight, because of the overwhelming sort of circumstances of my welcome and pleasure of being here. And that I've been too long, harassing yourselves. But I have recently had a trying experience. I hope that you will forgive me if I make this short statement to you. I'm most grateful indeed that the people of England have made this share of warmth, of extension of friendship towards me on my arrival. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, please understand that I'm terribly harassed.
We, the people of Uganda, forgetting our history, not recognizing our struggles against the forces of tyranny, oppression, and exploitation, committed to destroying our future, exercising our sovereign right to be cowards, noting that the Constituent Assembly did not represent us, do hereby solemnly reject and absolve ourselves and our prosperity, this Constitution, for God and my politicians. The Grand Norm is up for sale. The Grand Norm is up for sale. The Grand Norm is up for sale. My lords, to console myself, every day I say, negativity plus negativity equals to what I speak. For my negativity, I speak what I feel to counter the anxiety of our political propriety. Our national budget is a daily dose of diet for the liberating generation. functioning on debts from borrowed donations to be paid for by the tax of Omuntu Wawansi, who later will die of poverty anyway. Anyway, what is $1 a day if you can't even have your fene because your tree is being taxed? What is $1 a day if every day you carry the pain of helpless hunger because before you eat, you have to pay value-added tax? What is $1 a day if all that poverty will leave you with to eat is your tongue? After all, it will be said in court, the grand norm is up for sale. The grand norm is up for sale. The grand norm is up for sale. Each page of the Constitution is now available to the highest bidder. Whether executive, whether military judicial, whether member of parliament, interested donors, interested investors, let it be known. The grand norm is up for sale. The grand norm is up for sale. The grand norm is up for sale. And yet it will be said it is the poet who composed the negativity. Before the hammer going once goes, if I gazed into the distance, our memories have covered. First, with my forehead. Then, with my back head. And I measured the time. Political promises have buried, with each new rising sun revealing a new number of our unmarked graves. You will also see why it's not hard to see how my negativity is my property, my chapati, my Steve Biko strategy. To counter this insurgency and bury this reality, I can't build a better world by just using better words. I am a poet, and my actions speak louder than my words. Before the hammer going twice goes, I am sorry for my negativity, but our generation deserves better, man. Better than the crater lake of inertia the youth are driven by. In the beginning was your future. And your future was with the revolution. And the revolution is your future. Our generation deserves better imagery. Better than what my broken eyes see. Our generation deserves better. Before the hammer going thrice goes, someone should remind the Odoki Commission to refund all our allowances they ate when they were setting up our constitution for sale. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, please. Join me into this number one latest debate. Because they do not listen. Tebauliza, because they do not listen. Tebauliza, because they do not listen. Tebauliza, the music of the storms, the warnings of the ghosts flying follow. Who is home to know where home is? Because they do not listen. Because they do not listen. Clog their ears, clear their eyes, laugh their mouths, hold their feet, break their teeth with propaganda, break their teeth with propaganda. Before midnight opens our barrio blessings to collect us. Chirinde, chirinde, doom glides, innocent aid, terror flies in a vulture, fear manifests in a snail trail. The signs of a foxtail shed have ripened our friends. Teba uliriza, oh, teba uliriza, bano, teba uliriza, oh, teba uliriza, drum the beat, see the fleet of citizens ready to meet and greet for the salt sugar giveaway ceremony in the ballot marketplace of compromise. Hurry up while stock lasts. Their voices are up for grabs. Wait, hurry up while stock lasts. Their sweat is up for grabs. Wait, hurry up while stock lasts. Their resources are up for grabs. Wait, hurry up while stock lasts. Their nation is up for grabs. Block their ears, clear their eyes, laugh their mouths and hold their feet. Break their teeth with propaganda. Break their teeth with propaganda. And if you look closely, you will see why it's not hard to see. Not hard to see. My negativity is my property, my chapati, my Steve Biko strategy to counter this insurgency, bury this reality. I can't build a better world by just using better words. Teba uliriza, oh, teba uliriza, bano, teba uliriza, no, teba uliriza. They'll hear the noise, they'll hear the blows, they'll hear the screams, the chants, the blasts, they'll hear the runs, they'll hear the stabs, they'll hear the honks, the moans, the groans, they'll hear the poems, they will not listen, they'll hear the poems, they will not listen, they'll hear the poems, they will not listen, they'll hear the poems. Who are we? Who are we? What is Uganda? What does Uganda mean? Who named this country Uganda? Let us go back to where we came from. Now, I understand why the Bachwezi were silent and wise to leave this land and prefer to die elsewhere than here. They were silent about its past They were silent about its cause. But who listens? Who listens? This country is not ours. Munange. History is a play we act on behalf of our ancestors to pass time. Now I understand why apathy is revenge. And revenge is apathy. See the lakes, see the rivers. They gather in oasis slums. See the shield, the spear, the coal, the crane, the cotton, the coffee, all privatized out of the emblem. But who listens? Who listens? This country is not ours. Munange. We sing the national anthem on empty many promises. We feel the crescent crane cry in our butterfly. But who listens? Who listens? This country is not ours. Munange. Let us go back to where we came from. If generations come and go, why has our history remained the same? Why do we continue to suffer pain in the same joints, in the same way? Our history has hurt us. If things keep repeating themselves, I wonder what scene is coming up next for a replay. Me, I am waiting to see the next Chief Justice with balls big enough to die for this kind of country. Who is the next Archbishop or the next police chief to drop dead while displaying dignity in this kind of country? Who is the next Byron Kawadwa to sing the song for the cockerel to Kokoriyoko before he dies? For this kind of country. Kawadwa. I am waiting for the next child of God ready to dedicate to another rebel group a new vision to daily monitor this kind of country. In fact, has Bukuku not returned from his holiday in the Bahamas? But who listens? Who listens? This country is not ours. Munange. Anyway, it is already too late. It is always too late. For the women, too late for the politicians and the artists who know too much. Now I understand why. I understand why the Bachues were silent and wise to leave this land and prefer to die elsewhere than here. They were silent about its curse. They were silent about its past. Us also should go back to where we came from. Because this country is not ours. Banange. The Uganda Media Council. Viewer discretion is advised. A smiling child is holding a skull in his arms. A smiling face is always beautiful for history to share. A surviving victim wears her mouth as a scar. She lost her lips to an elaborate process of making a critical political statement of what sort of power belongs to what sort of people. In search of another, a child is folding her arms. Her face is beautiful for history to dare to find her a place to rest her eyes. But viewer discretion is advised. Do not stare at her for long. She will turn into a tree made from material to fulfill the desires of colonialism. She is what Winston Churchill saw to exclaim, "The pearl Uganda discovered!" But viewer discretion is advised. Hey, turn on our reality. And it's easy to see why nobody wants responsibility for things they only found here. Me, father once told me, "Son, run from all the murder scenes you find. You will want to be kind. But justice is not nice, not the same way. There are too many lies out there, son. There are too many falsehoods on sale. You will want to be kind, but justice is not nice. Not the same way." Do not think anything here belongs to you. Even the 9,000 square miles in the current heart of this capital once belonged to the you in Uganda. But the moment the British called this land their protectorate, now Uganda also means Byenaku. But viewer discretion is advised. If our independence morning had come along with our Ubuntu and our national anthem, had it been given to us in our mother tongues, in all things we are today, our heritage would lead the way. Our banana juice of I met a thief would be in its own world, inspiring the democracy of love, and not the hidden meaning of the poison of power drunk by elders in military wear, feeling important whenever violence erupts. But viewer discretion is advised. Unless you are a patient of a wounded conscience, open your eyes. To open your wound, to let out the pus. It is good for our system. Unless you are a parasite pestering perennial politicians to partake power so you can propagate your claws in the human flesh of Omuntu Awansi. Close your eyes, because preaching human rights and preaching happiness, these concepts differ depending on who is holding the gun. If you know this country, you know this is everybody. Ask anybody who knows anybody who went to the bush and returned preaching human rights. But viewer discretion. Dear Mulder, creator of all things with life and life itself, giver of wisdom, bringer of peace, I come to you with my children. I come to you because the past is kind to those whose ancestors were kind to it and passed it on to those who were eager to know beyond the sight of their chins. For our politicians, I come to you, giver of good health, to tell you of your children left in villages asking the fire of Jaja Salungo for a difficult answer to a simple question I now ask on their behalf. Is there a heaven for corruption? Your children are tired of waiting for Bas Dunia to come and take them. They are tired of waiting for prosperity to come and take away their shame. They are tired of being tired waiting. They are tired of being helpless. Is there a heaven for corruption? They want to go there and meet some friends they met in Kampala. Those days when together they made bags and bags of money, being brutal to democracy for the sake of employment and the Media Council. They want to go out there and meet some dreams they left hanging by their shoelaces. The last time they went out there with bags and bags of papers looking for jobs. They want to dance in the night disco and eat chicken and chips with tomato sauce. They also want that nightlife. Dear Mulder, creator of all things, what things have we all in common except for the things that we lack? Where is the heaven for corruption? Guide me to where it is. Your children have been left to imagining what eating money means. Hunger hangs in their faces and couches in their tummies and stretches their arms and it takes away their legs. The politicians will find them where they last left them, in the pupa stage of approaching death. Soon they will have nothing left to eat except their rage for not dying when they desire. Dear Mulder, creator of all things, from a distance, I can hear a big storm coming, and the greens have begun growing bushes again in the countryside. Is that the path to Uganda's heaven of corruption? Your children want to find out where their politicians lie about while eating their taxes at the expense of their suffering, to teach them a lesson or two on how to share that loot, from that root to that heaven of corruption. And this I ask to save my children's suffering. For God and my politicians. Amen.
Nobody should think that what is happening today is a mere change of guards. I think this is a fundamental change in the politics of our country.
Why am I telling you this in English? Wamami, the whole of me, Kagayi, son of Ali Mwingiza, grandson of Ali Mwingiza, great-grandson of Wambi, great-great-grandson of Ali Mwingiza. After our languages have become permanently Kiddish, why am I telling you this in English? Wamami, the whole me, Kagayi, son of Ali Mwingiza, grandson of Ali Mwingiza, great-grandson of Wambi, great-great-great-grandson of Ali Mwingiza. After our languages have become permanently Kiddish. Why am I telling you this in English? Why? Why am I telling you this? Bombo, knowing you, knowing the meaning of my mbambambo, long after I am gone, to live in my Mugaye tree. If you do not consult me now, I shall remain silent in my death. Oh, man. For how can we feel positivity in a country that was designed to favor disintegrity? How can we speak positivity when our positivity is carried in the language of the English? How can we hear hope when our ears are pricked with bullet sounds? How can we smell opportunity in a country of rats sniffing at our national cake every day? How can we taste nationalism when it is sugar-coated with Commonwealth initiatives? Can't you see? Can't you see? Man, it is we poets with our tongues that are trying to heal this Eugene. Lawino is coming to Kampala, being driven by the driver of building the nation. And both are complaining to each other about their subject matters. But none speaks with positivity because they know negativity plus negativity equals positivity. Sadness is we allowing politics to play busu with our lives. Yet we did not accept to play its game. Sadness is not knowing what to do with what you have to do, with what you see, and what you smell, and what you fear, and what you sense, and what you feel. Because you fear what you will become. To save yourself from drowning in the shadows of our past, after reciting the state is my shepherd, I shall not want. on an empty bank account. Sadness is me not knowing what I need to know who I am. Sadness is me not knowing what I need to know who I am. But why am I telling you this in English? To say, I recognize my own negativity from as far as A for apple, B for ball, A for apple, B for ball, A for apple, B for ball. The days have aged and nothing changes. Fanon is still a foreigner here. The Constitution, our national law, is official in English. You people, the Constitution, our national law, is official in a foreign language. And yet, the winds on the beach, on the coast, under the cashew boughs, in my ears, they blow. Come on, Kagayi! Accept English. You grow up with it. How is that not an irony I should eat in a Rolex of Oreja? While thanking my negativity for immunizing me with a self-conscious awareness that preserves my heritage within me and me within it. Why am I even telling you this in English?